everyone, I'm Zath and welcome back to my channel for another manga video. This video will be my top 10 titles that I personally started in 2019. This is not an exclusive list, just the most enjoyable titles of the year for me. It's also not really hard-coded in any particular order. I enjoyed each of these titles for different reasons. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. Starting us off at number 10, we have Siren. A bit older of a title whose series has already been complete, but I've enjoyed what I've read so far. It's given me a bit of a Yu Yu Hakusho vibe, and I'm enjoying to see the author's take on psychic abilities. The art's pretty solid, and the lead so far is an interesting protagonist. You know, he's trying to understand the position he's in as the plot moves forward. The action's been pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to reading more. At number 9, we have Road Queen, Eternal Road Trip to Love. This was a fun read. It had great humor, heartwarming story. You can check out my more detailed review in the video link below. But definitely loved the art, loved the storyline, loved the message that was in there. So if that's something that you're looking into, definitely check out Road Queen. Moving on to number 8, we have Wotakoi, Love is Hard for an Otaku. This is a hilarious rom-com, and it stars adults instead of the children and high school kids that we normally see in these things, so I really liked it for that. I loved that it's centered around a group of friends that are fans of different things, but they always make an effort to enjoy what the others are interested in. I really wish the 4th book hadn't been delayed, though, but I'll definitely be picking that up when they settle on a release. At number 7, we have Emma. I absolutely love Kaoru artwork. It's really beautiful, and if you've seen my other videos, you know that I love her art style by now. Also, the Yen Press edition of this hardback is really, really nice. Emma's story and its characters are just wonderful. They're light, they're just like people that you would meet. So if you really like a good, completed Victorian-era slice-of-life manga, you definitely need to pick up this series. At number 6, we have a new series I haven't been able to cover in a video, and that is Astra, Lost in Space. There are far too few space manga out there, and Astra definitely fills the void and then some. It's been a great first volume so far, and I'm looking forward to reading more about a group of high school kids whose vacation goes awry. And although it came later in the year on my reading list, I do still think it deserved its place in my top 10. At number 5, we have Devil's Line. I've really enjoyed the world building in this title, along with the challenges each character has faced. The story has darker tones than most of the series that I've read, but it works well with the overall narrative. The series recently completed, and I'm looking forward to finishing it up, so if you like vampire detective stories, this one's definitely worth the read. At number 4, we have a fairly new series that only has a few volumes at the time of recording this, and that is Snow White with the Red Hair. I really love the fantasy genre that this takes place in, and its strong protagonist is actually really interesting because she's not always the damsel in distress. You know, she has a job as an herbalist, and both her and her love interest both support each other, rather than feel like they're being held back by one another. There's strong, likable supporting cast surrounds the two, and I really look forward to picking up more of the releases this year. The top 3 were really hard to order since they're probably my most favorite series from this bunch, even though they're all ongoing. At number 3, we have Takane and Hana. Out of all the manga series I've read, I've probably laughed the most while reading this series. The expressions and some of the things the characters say are simply hilarious. So if you're looking for a solid, ongoing rom-com, you definitely need to pick this title up. At number 2, we have The Promised Neverland. This series definitely beat to the sound of its own drum. Not the typical shonen title by far, but its story and suspense keeps the readers coming back needing more. The mind games these kids play to survive are intense. And again, the series is surprisingly dark at times, but I think the story is overall pretty enjoyable, and my emotions and I are still on this crazy roller coaster ride until it's finished. Finally, At number 1, we have Demon Slayer. I've loved this series from the very first volume, and each volume I just continue to love it even more. A great story, terrific characters, and I'm really looking forward to the uptick in releases in this year, as well as finding out what happens to Tanjiro and Nezuko and all their friends. So if you're looking for an action-filled shonen title with heart, definitely look no further than Demon Slayer. The anime is also pretty great, so definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in. And that's going to do it for my top 10 favorite titles of 2019. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any opinions on these series or any additional recommendations for new series, let me know in the comments below. I'm Zath. Have a good day.